Let me know if not. Okay, grab your foam roller. We'll start with that. And if you have a short one, that'll work, that's fine. Or if a long one is all you've got, that'll work. So you're gonna sit on your foam roller in the middle of your yoga mat, feet out here, hands back there. Let's do some passes back and forth across those glutes. So just take your time, you're rolling nice and slow. You're finding a hot spot perhaps somewhere in those glutes. Anybody sore from yesterday's lower body? I think last night it started to kick in for me. My glutes were just feeling quite sore. Good feeling though. It's that good feeling that says you worked your body hard. And I think everybody agrees that they like that kind of soreness that they feel in their bodies when they've had a good workout. Not like pain and you've damaged or injured something, but just, you've worked yourself hard. All right, so let's stop where that foam roller is right in the center of your glutes. Feet are about hip width apart, and I want you to just do a little rock and roll side to side, and windshield wiper knees there. And as you're doing that, you're just rolling laterally across those glute muscle fibers right there in the center. So when you kind of get over here on the side, that might be where you find a tender spot. Feel free to hang out there. And then same thing over here. Hang out there. And then back up and again over to the right. Hey, I thought I stopped you. Over to the right. And then up and then over to the left. All right, so sit now in front and fiber adhesions where they're kind of stuck together and you are trying to break that up. That is what we are doing here. And once again, I mentioned at the beginning that I am posting, it should post just as we're finishing here today, short little video that gives a fabulous visual tutorial using a mop, like an old-fashioned mop, with all those cotton twisted fibers at the end. And he uses that to illustrate kind of what goes on with your muscles underneath your skin there, where you can't see, but what's going on when you've had an injury or when you're feeling tight, when you've got pain, when you just feel like you need a good massage. So you can give yourself a massage using this. So do a little shimmy as you're going slowly across the roller. So when I do this, I'm penning and spinning. So it's kind of grabbing a hold of some of the fascia, some of the muscle, and just like twisting it and stretching it kind of in this circular fashion. And then go back down up towards the tops of your shoulder blades. Right there. Yeah. All right, now I want you to just drop the hips down and then set that foam roller right in your neck here, right in the little natural cervical curve there. And then just gently turning your head from left to right. Try to feel those neck muscles kind of getting massaged across into that roller as you do that. Now, this thing is kind of like getting smushed here, so I'm going to move it for just a second. So just side to side, feeling those neck muscles on the side, getting a good stretch. And you can intentionally kind of press the back of your head down in towards that roller to get a little more pressure, a little more sensation there, if that feels good. If it doesn't feel good, you just don't do it. You've always got to listen to your body, so don't feel like you have to do everything I am describing and demonstrating here. Sometimes you just have to listen to your body and go, nope, not going to work for me today. And that's fine. It just means you're getting to be better at that intuitive brain, using that intuitive brain and how it pertains to your body. Okay, so next we're going to go to the hamstrings. Let me reposition this little microphone deal. Okay, so you're going to scoot back and set that foam roller directly under the knees there. Lift your body up and then roll back and forth across the hamstrings. So you're going from the backs of the knees all the way up to the tops where they kind of insert into those glutes. Now, if you're wanting a little bit more pressure, what you can do is just cross one leg over the other and go one at a time. So that means that one hamstring is taking all of that weight, all of that pressure. It's going to feel a little bit more intense. So you can just keep the legs straight up like that, or you can roll it in like that, and that kind of hits, woohoo, those inner thighs. Oh yeah. So it's kind of just moving where that roller addresses the hamstrings, just kind of shifting it around. And then you can go from straight up to external rotation this way and kind of rolling towards the outside of the hamstrings. You might feel some soreness there. Totally plausible if you did yesterday's class. All right, let's do the other side. So underneath the right, if you want to do one at a time, otherwise you can just continue to roll both. So this particular roller I have here, it's called a Trigger Point. It's actually made by a company based out of Austin called Trigger Point Therapy. And they kind of came up with the first foam roller that had these indentations and grooves and just sort of varied texture there on the top. So that kind of pushes up into those muscle fibers. Anyhow, I went to a seminar down there and got this. Yeah. Okay, roll to the inside if you want to hit a little more of those inner thighs. Wow, that's intense. Woohoo! Who's doing this? Who is feeling this? I mean, it feels really good. And I really should do, next time I do the foam roller, I think what I will have all of us do is a little test before the class, and then we will foam roll and stretch, and then we will do a test after and just see how much that flexibility improved. Be a nice little test to, not that you don't believe it, but just to really see visually how much this helps with improving your range of motion. Okay, let's do calves and then we'll flip over to the front. So starting at the ankles, again, you can go one at a time. We'll just do both right here for time's sake. So just shooting those legs out there and then drawing those legs in. Little Pilates kind of a move here. Reverse plank as you shoot your legs out and then draw those legs in. Shoot them out. And then when you find that tight spot, mine are always tight, just sort of set the calves down and you can roll out and in like that across, or go both, right and left like that. And then kind of scoot down a little bit, hit a little bit closer to where that muscle becomes a tendon attaching into the lower ankle there. Hi, 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 hi. Hoo, hoo, hoo. Okay, flip over onto all fours. So on your hands and knees here, and then just set that roller back here towards your thighs and then walk up on top. You're going to roll across the shins. Hopefully it's not right on the bone. If you've got really, really skinny legs and you don't have a lot of flesh there, this might not be comfortable, but for most people we do have a significant amount, or just enough anyways, of muscle and meat on the front side here. This is your anterior tibialis muscle. It is what is responsible for picking your toes up every time you take a step with your foot. So you don't think about it much, but it's that muscle on the front of the shin. And without that muscle, you would not be able to walk without just like dragging your toes on the floor and tripping all over the place. So it's an important muscle. It gets used frequently, so it's a high endurance, slow twitch muscle fiber. Okay, and then you can do kind of that little shimmy thing too here as you're going across and as you're going back. Okay, then you're going to come onto the forearms as if you're in elbow plank, right? And then you're going to push back to roll across those quadriceps and then pull to come up. But don't go right on that kneecap. You never want to be on bone. So just stop right before you hit that kneecap. Push to come all the way up to the very tops of your thighs. And then pull to come up just before you get to the kneecaps. Again, don't be right on that knee. Not a good thing. Bend the knees to create a deeper stretch in the quads as you are rolling back and forth across. And then you can do a little windshield wiper action here. So take your time real slow as you're rolling that roller down towards the knees. So here you're kind of hitting the lateral medial sides of those quads. And then back you go this way, letting those legs flop a little bit from left to right. All righty. So from here, what I want you to do is grab your stick. And if it's not that one, it's just the regular stick, that we use to stretch. That's fine too. So I want to show you how you can use, but I'll tell you what, if you find one of these at Marshall's or Ross, and that I've seen them there all the time. Every time I go, I see something like this. I mean, it might be a bigger ball. It might just be 2. It could be 4. There's all different kinds, but basically it's a massage stick. So let's just hit a little more intensely, that anterior tibialis muscle right there. So you're just going to go back and forth. So it's a little more work from your upper body to have to do this, but not such a bad thing. That gets the upper body nice and warm. Okay, and then you're going to go underneath the leg here and grab with an underhand grip, and then just roll down right almost to the Achilles, not quite, just like right there, and then pull it back up, push into that muscle as you are rolling across it. And then you can kind of get a little more on the inside of that calf, which is hard to do on the roller. It would just be a very awkward kind of position. But here you can really get all sides of those calves. Oh, wow. And then let's do a quick little run, back and forth across those hammies. And then let's come over here and hit the other side. So left leg, going to hit the outside here, the anterior tibialis. Kind of coming around to the back side a little bit. Directly on the side and a little bit to the front. Just don't get on that bone. I mean, that's obvious. You would not even enjoy that sensation. But just stay away from the bones. That's true for this thing, for the balls, as well as the fem roller. Okay, then come underneath, underhand grip like that, and just roll all the way down and back up. And you can kind of go fast, a little friction there, a little speed. Come to the outside, come a little bit more around to the inside of that calf muscle. Should feel good. So all of this is great stuff to do before a workout, especially like if you're going to go for a walk or a run or any sort of cardio workout. Wonderful way to prep the body for that. You'd be amazed at how much stronger and more agile and nimble you feel. All the adjectives that would describe just feeling great, like a ninja cat. Okay, and then let's hit those hamstrings. So underneath here, again, just a fast back and forth there. And you can kind of come to the inside, directly in the middle, and a little bit on the outside. All right, so we won't do the whole body, but let's do 2 more places. So I want you to get your neck, and you're going to just, one hand comes behind here, and you're just going to roll. Again, I can't really do it because this thing's in the way, but you're just going to roll it up into kind of the hairline and then back down, just right in those traps right there. So preferably using both hands. Okay, so kind of one from behind. Well, preferably let somebody else in the house do it for you. If you have somebody in your house. This is one thing I have not trained Dixie to do. All right, and then just let's take it to the other side. So just back and forth across those traps, which start all the way up here in that hairline. And then just push down and in, and just stretch out and warm up those trapezius muscles, where we hold a lot of tension. Okay, and then lastly, your feet, which is going to feel great. So set your feet on top of the stick. And again, if you're just using a regular stick, all of this works. Okay, you just don't have the texture that these massage sticks have. Some of them are kind of soft. These little orange spiky balls are pretty hard, but it feels good. You know, it's sort of like acupressure on your feet right here. And as you know, acupressure is sort of the Eastern medicine that says there's a place on your hand as well as on your feet that pertains to different areas in the body, and by applying pressure on those specific acupressure points, which you can do here with this roller on the feet, it can help relieve pain elsewhere in the body. It's just that referred pain thing. And you can kind of go one at a time, kind of hit the inside and a little bit the outside. All righty, feet are awake now. So let's start in child's pose, shall we? And then we'll use the balls. If you've got your 2 therapy balls, that's going to come in a little bit later when we get down onto our backs. So just have those beside you somewhere. And let's start in extended child's pose. Okay, so feet are touching in back, knees are out, hands to the top of the mat, inhale. And then on the exhale breath, push your hips back, drop your head down right in between the arms, and just simply let your belly drop towards the mat and close your eyes and breathe. Forehead is resting down on the mat as well. Take a big inhale breath through your nose. Long exhale breath out, empty the lungs completely and just relax the belly down between the thighs. Again, inhale breath. And then a long exhale breath out. Walk your fingers forwards a little bit to stretch through the lats, the shoulders, and the arms. Push those hips back. Inhale breath. And then exhale it out. Good, now pressing the palms down. Lift your head up and gaze to the very end of the mat here. Inhale. Exhale, glide from right to left, keeping both arms super straight. Feeling that stretch down the lateral torso, all the way up into the lats. And then just back and forth. Just listening to your body again. When you find kind of a sweet spot where that stretch feels really amazing, just stay there for a breath or two. And now shift on to the forearms here. Bring your hands together. Bring your knees a little closer together. Tuck your toes under. Take an inhale breath right here. On the exhale breath, rounding your back, tuck the chin to look back between the knees and then straighten your legs out. And let's take it into a dolphin stretch here. So it's like downward facing dog. You're simply resting on your forearms instead. Now, some people feel like this might be harder. I personally think it feels a lot easier than doing a straight arm downward dog. So walk it out here, just pedaling it out, walking back and forth, stretching right through those plantar fascia. All right, bring your feet together, super straight legs. Let's just alternate leg lifts. So right leg goes up, inhale, breath. On an exhale breath, slowly float your leg down, set your foot next to the left, and switch. Left leg goes up, inhale, breath. Exhale, breath, lower your foot down. Right leg up again, inhale, breath. Exhale, breath, set your foot down. Left leg goes up, inhale. Exhale, breath, set your foot down. Good, now just drop the knees down, push those hips back, and then slide those hands across the mat, over the knees, onto your upper thighs here in a kneeling position. Roll your shoulders around to the back, and then big inhale breath, floating the arms up overhead here. Exhale, draw the hands right to heart center. So every time you do this right here, let this be an opportunity to do your own little chin tuck without even using the fingers there. So you're just drawing that head back so that the ears line up right over your shoulders. So do it again. Inhale breath, floating arms up overhead. Exhale breath, hands come to heart center, shoulders relaxed, and that head comes back. One more time, inhale breath, float those arms up. Exhale breath, hands to heart center. Inhale breath, sweep the arms up over your head. Exhale breath, chest expansion. So press those arms back around behind you, interlace behind the back there. Press the hands together, chest out, chin up, inhale as you look up. On the exhale breath, roll that belly forwards over your thighs. You're going to plant the forehead on the mat first. Then as your hips come up higher, you roll to the crown of the head and let those arms fall over in front. And just breathe. Inhale. Exhale it out. Once again, inhale breath. Exhale it out. Good. Now slowly release the hands as you sit back down. From there, you come up and lift those arms halfway up here. Inhale. And then on the exhale breath, you're going to make an X. So cross that right arm under the left. Bend the elbows, back of the hands, or hook your thumbs or palms together. Inhale, push those elbows up and then push them away so you feel a stretch across the upper back. On the exhale breath, round that spine, lift the hips maybe a little bit and tuck the pelvis under. Draw the elbows towards your belly button. So you're really jamming that left elbow down into the top of your right. And then slowly come back up, inhale. And then exhale breath, release, float those arms up overhead, inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center, pull that chin back. Inhale breath, float those arms up. Exhale, chest expansion again. So open up through the chest, eyes are looking up, stretching those arms around behind you. Let's interlace the opposite way with your finger clasp. Inhale, chest out, chin up. And then exhale breath, just kind of melt the belly forwards, drop your head down, roll to the crown of the head, lift your hips and let those arms fall over in front. Just breathe. Nice long inhale here. Exhale it out. Good, and then as you release hands, drop your hips down, slowly come up, float those arms up halfway, inhale. Exhale, now you make an X, but the left arm goes under the right. Backs of the hand, thumbs hook, or palms together there. Inhale, push those elbows up and then away so those elbows are about shoulder level. Maybe lift the hips a bit, tuck the pelvis under, and then as you sit back down, draw the elbows to the belly. You're jamming that right elbow right into that left elbow crease. Slowly come back up, inhale. And then exhale, float those arms down, and then up you go, inhaling. Exhale, hands come through to heart center. Inhale, breath, float those arms up overhead. Exhale, breath, arms come down, and then just slide your hands way out to the top of the mat. Tuck your toes under and back, inhale. And then on the exhale breath, straighten the legs and push your sit bones up. Let's take it into downward facing dog now. So your head is right in between the arms. You're trying to press your heels towards the back of the mat. And then walk it out here, shifting the weight back and forth from one foot to the other. Stretching your toes, kind of bending them back right there. Feeling that wonderful stretch. Stretch your calf muscles, stretch your Achilles tendons. Good. And then feet together, super straight arms. Let's do some three-leg dog. Right leg up, inhale, breath, reaching your toes up high. Exhale, breath, float your foot down, but keep your hips up. And now left leg, inhale, stretch those toes up. And then exhale, breath, float your foot down. One more time, inhale, right leg goes up. Exhale, breath, set the foot down. Inhale, breath, left leg goes up. And then exhale, breath, set your foot down. And then lift your head up, gaze to the very top of your mat there. You're going to bend the knees and kind of spring load it. And then walk, run, or jump all the way up to the top of your mat. And then knees are slightly bent, soft knees we call that. And then just grab your elbows, hang upside down in a forward fold. So just breathe nice and deep. Long inhale. Exhale it out. Again, inhale, breath. And then exhale it out. Now hands to the mat. Can you walk your feet out? So kind of toe, heel out to the very outer edges of your mat. And then straighten both legs. Slide your hands up the shins. And as you're pushing against those shin bones, think long spine from your tail out the crown of the head there. You're looking way out. Exhale, breath. Soften your knees and fold. Do it again. Inhale, half lift. And then exhale, breath. Soft knees and fold. Now, bending just the right knee only, a little bit more. Straighten the left leg and walk your hands around to the left ankle. Left shin. Try to draw the forehead in. And then as you come through the center, inhale. And then exhale, bend the left knee a lot. Walk your hands over to the right and draw your forehead down towards this shin. Do it again. Through the middle you go. Straight legs, inhale. Exhale, breath. Bending the right knee. Walk your hands over here to the left ankle and draw the chest and head down. And then back through the middle, straight legs, inhale. Exhale, breath, bending just the left knee, and then walk your hands over to the right ankle, draw the head and chest down. Good, back to the center. Inhale, breath, half lift, hands press against the shins. And then exhale, breath, forward fold. And then walk your feet back together to about hip distance apart. Soften the knees a little bit. Reverse swan dive. So we inhale, breath, straighten your legs, come all the way up. Exhale, breath, hands come right to heart center. Here's that little chin tuck, little head back maneuver. Do it again, inhale, breath up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, breath up. Exhale, chest expansion. Interlace the fingers behind your back, chest out, chin up, inhale as you look up. Exhale, breath, bend the knees and just melt your belly forwards over your thighs. The head comes down, the arms flow over in front. And then from here, drop your hips a lot, chair pose. So the arms come up, palms face each other, knees bend, eyes are looking up, inhale, breath. Exhale, stay there, maybe drop another inch. And then inhale, straighten all the way up to the top. And then exhale, lower the arms down by your sides. Inhale, breath, up you go. Exhale, chest expansion. Interlace the opposite way with your fingers there. Chest out, chin up, inhale. Exhale, breath, bend the knees, and then melt the belly forwards. Head comes down, arms flow over in front. Release, chair pose, inhale, breath. Exhale, sink a little deeper. Inhale all the way up to the top. Exhale, lower the arms down by your sides. And then roll your shoulders back and around. How we doing? Who is here? I'm going to walk up and say hello to whomever I see. Make sure I'm on the right channel. Hi, Patsy. Hi, Eve. Yeah, one time I went live and it turned out it was like my whole, like my personal Facebook page, which has like hundreds of people. And I kept seeing all these people logging in. And I'm like, what's going on? How did they hack in here? And then I realized I'm on the wrong Facebook thing. I just like cut it off, didn't even explain. That was a while ago. I think hopefully most of those faux pas are behind me. All right, let's continue with this. Inhale, breath, up we go. Exhale, flat back, forward fold. Now, if you can keep your legs straight, do that. If not, bend the knees a little bit. Inhale, breath, half lift, look forwards. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step your right foot back into a lunge. Exhale, step back to plank, top of a push-up. Inhale, breath here. Exhale, push forwards a little bit. Lower the knees down. Now, when you bend your elbows, they come right back beside your rib cage. Then the hips go down, the chest comes up. Inhale. Exhale, breath. Send the sit bones up. Downward facing dog. Right leg goes up for a three-leg dog. Inhale, breath here. Exhale, breath. Swing your foot through. Step right between the hands. You're going to come up into a crescent lunge. So back leg is straight. Arms reach overhead. Inhale. And then exhale, float the arms down. Let's bend the back knee and let's get close to the floor, but don't touch. Come back up, just the back leg straightens fully. Inhale. Exhale, bend the back knee, kind of tuck the pelvis under, reach those arms down. And then inhale, breath up. Exhale, open the chest up, eyes gaze up. And then float the hands down to the mat. A nice big push off your back foot. Feet come together and then forward fold. Reverse swan dive, inhale, up to the top you go. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, breath up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, gazing forwards. Exhale, breath, forward fold. Step your left foot back into a lunge. On the exhale breath, you step the right foot back to plank, top of a push-up. Inhale here. Exhale, push forwards a little bit. You can keep your legs straight or just drop those knees to modify with me. And then you're going to bend the arms just a little bit there. And then the hips on the chest comes up. Inhale, look up. Exhale, breath. Send the sit bones up and back. Downward facing dog. Left leg goes up for three-leg dog. Inhale. And then exhale, breath, swing your foot through, step between the hands for lunge. Come on up into crescent lunge. Inhale, breath. Arms reach up. On the exhale breath, lower the arms down, bend the back knee, and kind of tuck that pelvis under. Get that knee pretty close to the floor, but don't touch it. Come back up, inhale. Exhale, lower down. And then inhale, breath. Crescent lunge, up you go. Exhale, lengthening up, maybe a slight arch back in that upper back. And then lower down, hands to the mat. Big push off your back foot. Feet together and then forward fold. Reverse swan dive, inhale up. Exhale, hands to heart center. How we doing? Inhale, breath up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, right foot steps back. Exhale, left foot steps back to plank. Inhale, breath, push forwards an inch. Exhale, lower down a little bit. Inhale, breath, upward facing dog. Exhale, breath into downward facing dog. Right leg goes up, inhale, breath. Exhale, breath, swing your foot through, step between the hands for lunge. Up we go again into crescent lunge. Inhale, breath here. Exhale, bend the knee and lower down a bit. Inhale, breath up. Exhale, bend the knee, lower down a bit. Inhale, breath up. Exhale, lengthening, eyes are gazing up. And then hands to the mat. Big push off your back foot, feet together, and forward fold. Reverse swan dive, inhale up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, breath up. Exhale, breath, flat back, forward fold, come on down. Inhale, breath, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step your left foot back into a lunge. Exhale, breath, step your right foot back to plank. Inhale, push forwards. Exhale, knees drop, head and chest down, and then up we go into upward facing dog. Inhale, breath. Exhale, breath. Push back into downward facing dog. Left leg goes up now for three-leg dog. Inhale. Exhale, breath. Swing your foot through, step between the hands for lunge, and then up we go into crescent lunge. Arms reach up over your head here. Inhale, breath. And then exhale, lower those arms down, bend that back knee, get close, and then back up you go. Inhale. Exhale, lower down. Relax your shoulders, relax your face. And then inhale, breath up. Exhale, reaching up and back. Hands to the mat. Big push off your back foot. Feet together, and then forward fold. Reverse swan dive, inhale up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Are we getting warm? This should feel good. All right, take a little sip of water if you need some. We're going to do one more little sort of salutation series, and then we're going to go to the floor and finish there. We're going to use those balls, our therapy balls. I call them therapy balls. Kids might call them giant super balls, toys, but for us, they're therapy balls. Okay, I know I'm drinking out of plastic, but can't be perfect drinking out of glass all the time. Okay, I'm going to just maybe spin this around a little bit more that way. There we go. Okay, so standing at the top of your mat, bring your hands to heart center, bring your head up, push that chin back. Inhale, breath, arms sweep up over the head. Exhale, breath, flat back, forward fold. Sometimes we call it a swan dive. I like that name. Inhale, breath, half lift. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step your right foot back to lunge. Exhale, left foot back to plank. I'll push forwards an inch. Exhale, lower midway, hover. Inhale, breath, upward facing dog. Exhale, breath, push on back into downward dog. Right leg goes up, inhale. Exhale, bend the knee, scoop your belly, draw the knee directly into the center here, forehead towards it, maybe touch it, and go back up. Inhale, three-leg dog. Do that again. Exhale, breath, plank, forehead to knee. Inhale, breath, three-leg dog up. Exhale, swing your foot through, step between the hands. On up you go into crescent lunge. Inhale, breath. Exhale, breath, bend the knee, drop the arms down. Inhale, breath up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, breath up. Exhale, slight arch back there. Open those arms up. And then lower the hands down to the mat. Big push off your back foot. Feet come together, and then forward fold. Reverse swan dive, inhale up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, breath up. Exhale, forward fold. Swan dive. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold, hands to the mat. Inhale, breath, step your left foot back into a lunge. Exhale, breath, step that right foot back to plank. Top of a push-up here. Inhale, push forwards an inch. Exhale, lower midway down, hover. Inhale, it's upward facing dog. Exhale, breath, push back into downward facing dog. Here we go with our three-leg dog and plank stuff. Let's go. Left leg up, inhale. Exhale, bend the knee, scoop your belly, lift the hips up, and then come forwards, forehead to knee. Do it again. Inhale up. Exhale, plank, forehead to knee. Squeeze your abdominals. And then inhale, breath, up you go. Exhale, swing your foot through, step right between the hands there for lunge, and then on up you go into crescent lunge. Inhale up. Exhale, breath, lower the arms, bend the back knee, lower down. Come back up, inhale. Exhale, lower down. Last time, inhale, breath up. Exhale, open up, eyes up. And then hands to the mat there, big push off your back foot, feet together, and forward fold. Reverse swan dive, inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, breath up. This time, on the exhale breath, you're gonna come into a prayer squat. So feet are together, knees are together, hands are together. You're gonna come all the way down, thumbs right about the middle of your chest there. And let's just go to the left side first. So elbow comes to the outside of your thigh. Push top hand into bottom hand. It's a little spinal rotation there. Try to lengthen your neck as you push the shoulders away from your ears. And then return slowly to the front. Inhale all the way up. Interlace overhead. Exhale, push those arms straight up. Biceps right beside your ears. Inhale. Exhale, push the hips left, slight lean to the right. Inhale up. Exhale, hips go right, slight lean to the left. Inhale, breath up. And then exhale, lower the arms down by your sides. And let's do the other side. So inhale, breath all the way up. Exhale, come into prayer squat. Inhale there. Exhale, now you're going to take your left elbow on the outside of your right thigh. Push that top hand into the bottom hand. Your chest rises up. Your torso rotates. The knees stay together. Try to turn your head to look up and breathe. Good. Slowly return to the front. Inhale, breath. All the way up you go. Interlace the opposite way with your fingers. And then push your palms straight up. Inhale. Exhale, side lean over to the left with a slight bump of the hips to the right. And then inhale, up you go. Exhale, side lean right, hips bump to the left. Inhale, breath up. And then exhale, breath. Lower those arms down by your sides. Shoulders roll around to the back. Inhale, breath. Take those arms up. Exhale, swan dive. Let's come on down. Inhale, breath, half lift. And then exhale, fold. Inhale, breath. Step your right foot back into a lunge. And then I want you to drop your back knee down. Uncurl the toes. And then stretch both arms out and up. Inhale, but you're still kind of on this diagonal sort of forward lean there. Inhale. And then exhale, bring your hands to the inside of this left foot and then roll to the outer edge of your left foot. If you can, come on down to your forearms and just a very gentle back and forth from left to right motion with the hips, stretching into your left glutes. Also a wonderful stretch for your right hip flexors and quads. So just kind of searching around for that sweet spot for your body. And you may not be on your forearms. You could be up here. That might be where you feel the stretch best. Just kind of take it wherever. It's a little bit freelance here when we get into some of these poses. Good. Now bring your hands back to the mat. And then bring your left hand on the outside here. And then this foot is going to kind of toe, heel, all the way over to this side. And then drop down onto this knee and this hip. Now, try your best to square your chest and shoulders right over this left leg. Hands here in front. Inhale, press up. And then exhale, kind of melt your chest in, head down here towards the mat. Press up once again. Inhale. And then exhale, this time walk your hands farther out that way. If you're able to, come on down and you just take it to where that stretch feels great for you. We're going to hang out here for a little longer than our normal poses, so just enjoy. You can stack your hands like that and rest your forehead there. You can stack them like this. And just place your head on the mat, whatever feels good for you. Just breathe. slowly bring your chest up. And then you're going to curl those toes under and back, straighten the leg out, and then just step back into a down dog. And let's just kind of walk it out a little bit here, loosen up those ankles, those feet, those knees, those hips. And then we will do all those stretches on the other side. All right, so lift your head up. Let's step that right foot up in between your hands, and then drop your back knee down. And then bring this hand here, and then stretch both arms up. Again, you're not like leaning way back. You don't want to overextend that back. Think more of like kind of a straight line almost from the knee through the hip, shoulder, elbows, fingertips. So reaching out that way. Inhale, breath. Now come up a little bit, exhale. Good, now place the hands inside of this right foot down. And then roll onto the outer edge of your right foot, so that allows this right knee to drop out to the side. Deeper stretch in the glutes. You can stay up here on the hands. You can come down onto the forearms. And again, you can kind of swing a little bit back and forth from left to right, shifting the weight. Kind of searching for a sweet spot where that stretch feels the best for you. Maybe all of it feels good. So you can just continue to move. It's okay to move. You do not have to be absolutely static still in yoga. Good. Now just come back up. And then you're going to bring this right hand on the outside there, kind of toe, heel, this foot all the way over there. And then drop the knee down, drop onto the hip, square, chest, shoulders right over this leg. Inhale. And then exhale, just lower your head and your chest down. Take your time. And then press down through the hands to lift up again, inhaling. And then exhale, maybe you walk further out this time, and you just take it to where that stretch feels good. You can stack the fists, stack the hands, or just rest your forehead there on the mat. Slide your hands back beside the knee. Lift the head and the chest up. Tuck your back toes under and straighten your leg out. Inhale. And then on the exhale breath, lift your hips up. Step your right foot back and walk it out in your little down dog stretch here. Back and forth you go. All right, so from here, come down onto your knees. Cross your ankles and back. Push yourself back to a sit. Stretch your legs out in front. And then just kind of shake, 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 and roll. Now, if you've got your 2 balls close by, tennis balls, therapy balls, whatever you've got. Sometimes people use lacrosse balls, which are very, very hard. I would never recommend you start with those because they're just so dense, it's almost too aggressive. So you want something a little bit squishier and soft, at least to start with, and then kind of work your way up, similar to the density of those different foam rollers. So what you're going to do here is just bring the legs out into a very skinny V shape, and then I want you to slide the heels in and bend the knees, flex the feet. So you're sitting up nice and tall, extend the arms straight up over your head, inhale. And then on the exhale breath, lengthening the spine out, come forwards, letting the head drop, letting the hands go. Okay, now slide the hands back in, rolling it back up. If you're able to, straighten the legs out a little bit more. You can keep a slight bend in them now. Inhale breath, extend the arms straight up over your head. And then on the exhale breath, hinging at the hips, lengthening the spine forwards, reaching, 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 and then go ahead and drop the head and hands down. Good, now back up. And then let's give it a try with completely straight legs. So kind of bounce the backs of the knees first and roll a little bit. And let's do one more time here. So inhale, breath, reaching the arms up, flex your feet. And then exhale, breath, hip hinge, reaching those arms out that way. Reach, reach, reach. And then lengthening as you drop down. You're going to just slowly roll it back up. And then bring your legs together. Shake, shake, shake. And then scoot forwards, bending those knees, hands underneath your thighs. Slowly roll it down, 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 all the way to your back. And then what I want you to do is grab a ball in each hand. You're going to lift the hips up. You're going to set those balls right in the center of your cheeks. And then just drop your hips down on top of them. So you should feel the pressure of that ball pushing right up into the center of your glutes. Now open up the arms so they look like a football goal post or a cactus in the desert. And then you're just going to alternate dropping one knee out to the side and then bring it back up. And now the other knee, doesn't matter which, just taking turns. So this knee drops out and then you come back up. So inhale as you drop it out. Feel that ball really pushing up into that glute muscle in this position. And then exhale, breath, bring the knee up. Inhale, breath, drop the other knee down. And then exhale up. A couple more on each side. Inhale, breath. Now if you want to reposition the ball in a different spot, maybe it's not in a great one, feel free to do that. You just pretty much kind of want it right in the center of those glute muscles. And as you're dropping that knee out, it should allow the ball to really push up in there and maybe kind of separate out some of those muscle fibers that are stuck together, which you're going to see when you watch the video at the end of the class today. Don't forget to watch that. That's your homework assignment. And then bring the knee up. One more time out. Inhale. And then exhale, bring the knee up. Inhale, breath. Let that other leg drop out. And then exhale, bring it up. Good. Now just sort of waggle your hips from side to side. I don't know if that's really a word. It sounds like this is what it would be if there was. So every now and then you might have to lift your hips, scooch them a little closer together because they start to separate out. And then just go back into your rolling back and forth across those balls. All right, so push them up a little bit higher, not on the bone of your sacrum, but just right at the very top where those glute muscles sort of attach into the lower back, so it's still on a very meaty part of your body. And we're going to alternate knee to chest, so draw that right knee in, and then set your foot down, draw your left knee in to the chest. And set your foot down. Do it again. So when you're pulling that knee in, you're also relaxing, allowing your hips to sink into the balls. Release. Other side. Draw the left knee in. Good, and then release. So this time, bring your right knee into the chest. Can you just stretch that left leg out straight? Good, now slide that left foot back in, set the right foot down, draw the left knee into your chest, and now slide the right leg out straight. You still have those balls right underneath your glutes, right? So you're feeling that pressure, that ball pressing right up into those glute muscle fibers. Good, slide the right foot in, step the left foot down. One more time on each side, so draw that